And here is the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 25th of June. June 25th is World Anti-Bullfighting Day. Every year, approximately 180,000 bulls are killed in bullfights around the world, with many more killed or injured in bull fiesta events. Bullfighting is already banned by law in many countries, including Argentina, Canada, Colombia, Cuba, Denmark, Italy, and the United Kingdom. Although legal in Spain, some Spanish cities have outlawed the practice. There are only a few countries throughout the world where this practice still takes place: Spain, France, Portugal, Mexico, Venezuela, Peru, and Ecuador. Assertions that bullfighting constitutes a fair and even fight between the bull and the matador are simply untrue. Each bull is weakened, both mentally and physically, before coming face to face with the matador. In a typical bullfight, the bull enters the arena and is approached by picadors, men on horses who drive lances into his back and neck muscles. This attack impairs his ability to lift his head and defend himself. The picadors twist and gouge the lances to ensure significant blood loss. Then banderillos enter on foot, distract the bull, and dart around him while plunging banderillas, brightly colored sticks with a harpoon point on the end, into his back. When he has become weakened from blood loss, the banderillos run him in circles until he becomes dizzy and stops chasing them. Finally, the matador appears, and after provoking a few exhausted charges from the dying animal, tries to sever the bull's aorta with his sword. If he misses, succeeding only in further mutilating the animal, he exchanges his sword for a dagger to try to cut the spinal cord. If he blunders this stroke, the bull may be conscious but paralyzed when chained by the horns and dragged out of the arena. If the crowd is happy with the matador, the bull's ears and sometimes his tail are cut off and presented as trophies. A few minutes later, another bull enters the arena, and the sadistic cycle starts again. International condemnation of this deadly spectacle continues to grow. The Spanish region of Catalonia banned the so-called sport after officials were presented with the signatures of 180,000 residents, demanding an end to the carnage. From 2008 to 2013, attendance in Spanish arenas fell by 40%. In a 1987 speech, President Ronald Reagan celebrated the economic boom of catfish farming and declared June 25th to be National Catfish Day. Between 1975 and 1985, catfish farming in the U.S. had increased by 1,200%. This day was established not as a day to learn about or protect catfish species, but as a day to encourage more people to eat them. Catfish are an extremely diverse group of ray-finned fish who get their nickname from their feline-looking whiskers, which are actually barbels that they use to defend themselves. Catfish are one of the most diverse and common fish groups, with over 2,000 species, and are found on every continent except Antarctica. They can live in a number of conditions. Various species live in saltwater, freshwater, and brackish water. Some species of catfish are nocturnal, while others are diurnal. Depending on the species, catfish are carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, or even limnivores, eating microorganisms within mud. A few select species of catfish even like to eat things like wood and algae. Catfish are extremely social and form relationships with several other individuals. They've been shown to have great memories because they remember humans who give them food. Catfish make acoustic sounds underwater to communicate with each other, and they have around 27,000 taste buds all over their body, which means they can taste without even opening their mouths. The farming of any animal, including catfish, is an inherently cruel and environmentally destructive practice. In 2000, India banned catfish farming after the species was found to be a danger to their indigenous animals. It's the birthday of Ricky Gervais, born on this day in 1961. Ricky Gervais is an English comedian and prominent advocate for animal rights. The publication of Death of a Whale, The Challenge of Anti-Whaling Activists and Indigenous Rights by Captain Paul Watson was on this day in 2021. This compelling, in-depth account documents how Sea Shepherd Conservation Society fights to defend and protect whales and other aquatic marine mammals from human predators who hunt and murder them under the false pretense of indigenous rights. Reading like an electrifying adventure tale, this true-life logbook reveals how members of one community, the Makah, located on Washington's Olympic Peninsula, attempted to circumvent international whaling laws by invoking outmoded cultural entitlements for the sole purpose of killing rather than for sustenance or survival. And here's a statement given by 7 Makah elders to the Peninsula Daily News. We are elders of the Makah Indian Nation, Kodichiot, which means people of the Cape. We oppose this whale hunt our tribe is going to do. The whale hunt issue has never been brought to the people to inform them, and there is no spiritual training going on. We believe they, the council, will just shoot the whale, and we think the word subsistence is the wrong thing to say when our people haven't used or had whale meat or blubber since the early 1900s. For these reasons, we believe the hunt is only for the money. They can't say traditional, spiritual, and for subsistence in the same breath when no spiritual training is going on. Whale watching is an alternative we support. A statement from Makah elders. This has been the Vegan's Almanac with a reminder that animals deserve to enjoy their own lives.